Hey YouTube, welcome to the Subprime to Prime YouTube channel. Here, our focus is to get you from subprime to prime, and that all starts with knowing where you want to go on your financial journey. This is for information and educational purposes only and is not intended to be legal or financial advice. Alright, let's get into it. In this video, we're going to discuss which is more important. Is it saving or is it paying down debt? Now, only you can decide that based on your financial situation, but we're going to get into a few ideas to kind of help understand, the different variables in both and see what decision you decide. All right, let's go. All right, so if you have high interest debt, okay, debt is always costing you money. So inevitably you would need to pay it down in order to reap the extra money that would come back into your personal finances once that is gone. So if you're carrying high balances on credit cards or you've taken out big loans, those things need to be chipped away. And a lot of people do typically make minimum payments, and some go ahead and go the extra mile and double and triple those minimum payments, if not more. And that's always a smart idea because it takes you infinitely longer to pay those down when you just make minimum payments. So paying off high interest debt can improve, an immediate financial relief and free up more money for you. But there's also the having an emergency fund. And before you're aggressively paying down those types of debts, it's essential to have a small emergency fund in place just in case things go awry. So if you have an emergency fund and all of a sudden you have an engine issue with your car, I always use vehicles because damn it, they break down a lot. So this fund will be there for you if you needed to, really actually make a major repair, or maybe something goes wrong in the house and you need to fix that too. So, it's a balancing act between the two, and really trying to hone in on which one is more important. Now, here's an idea. Like, what if you had low interest debt? Your debt, you're carrying maybe some unicorn credit card that, besides the 0% APR that you can get with a ton of different cards, let's say your APR is maybe 6% or something like that instead of 22%. Well, in that case, you're not doing so bad. You can make additional payments and pay it down faster, but you also would benefit from, since it's still a lower APR than usual, you would benefit from still stockpiling your savings in the event, that, you have to charge more on that credit card. You're not paying that much interest. Now, if you have a credit card that's in, the percentage rates of, 20+%, now that's just blatantly costing you money with every month that it goes on for that, with that rate. And you're going to want to get that down as quickly as possible. Now, if you have low debt, it kind of balances out that way. But, you would have to make a decision on whether you would like to, bulk up on your contributions to your retirement, or, if you have, government programs like TSP, if you want to add more money to that, those are things to consider when you're thinking about really exercising paying down debt, really aggressively. And then, what are your long-term goals? That determines also which one would weigh more on you and your in your personal finances. Do you plan on buying a house? Do you plan on retiring in 10 years or less? Those things are absolute factors in determining which one you want to really hone in on. Now, you can have emotional peace of mind that comes with having a nice nest egg that you've got somewhere stocked away that's getting interest because you've invested in the right places, or you have 6 months worth of an emergency fund in case you were to all of a sudden lose your job, which in this day and age, let's face it, it's absolutely possible that could happen. It's terrible, but in subsequent videos when I talk about bringing in multiple streams of income, that's where that becomes super helpful. You lose your job and all of a sudden, boom, the money's gone, and you can only when you started your emergency fund, you budgeted for 6 months of expenses at the base minimum, the bare minimum, to help your family survive while you're trying to find other means of income and employment. So it's just like, do you want to sabotage that peace of mind by being more aggressive on debt, or do you want to make sure that that's in place in case things go left? You have something. And as I mentioned before, it is striking a balance between debt repayment and saving is the best approach you can make. You really have to know what it is you want long term in order to determine which one of those two things are most important to you. And like in my situation, paying down debt is super important. We try not to carry that much debt, but when we do, we are aggressively attacking it because we like the money that is, that comes back into our life after that debt is paid. And then we end up, stockpiling in the savings side of the house. So it's one of those things where you got to figure out what's appropriate in your situation. And, I trust you. You know what's coming in and what's going out in your finances, and you'll make the decision that's right for you and your family. And, if you're interested in learning other tips and tricks that help you out on your financial journey, check out our Subprime to Prime school channel on at school. And we go a little bit more in depth on these types of things and help you end up inevitably getting from subprime to prime if you're there, but helping your overall financial picture. And if you like what you heard, please subscribe and give a like and comment in the section below. All right? Take care, and we'll see you next time.